Hey everyone, welcome back. James here again with you. And in this video, I'm going to discuss slugs in your air gun and hopefully getting you shooting the right one. But first, I want to cover some claims that you hear the air gun industry keeps pushing, which are not entirely true unless you're shooting the right slug. Slugs don't have to be going high velocities to be stable. That is only if the barrel twist and the slug RPMs match.
673.
Well guys, there we go. Temperature's up a little bit, about 45 degrees. The FPS went up just a hair, 2500 PSI, 3 turns in on the hammer spring, 34 grain H&N 25 cal slugs again, 250, 25 cal Avenger rifle with the barrel band in the slug position and my baffle set, chronograph ran, shots over 100 yards, left-handed.
A properly tuned pellet will outshoot a slug in wind, group, and cold weather. Oh yeah, same spot as I was aiming the other day. That's about MOA group or so for 28 grain slug going 750, 760 feet a second. You can see, again, no shifting from the last time I had it out. The impact was still the same. Here's the camera, still going. Over 150 yards. Woo!
Well everybody, over 150 yards, left-handed, standing in the wind. I was aiming directly above the plate and the crosshairs. You can hear the faint beep sound downrange. Got the scope cam running, 3 cameras. Originally, the wind picked up and blew my camera downrange down there. So let's take a walk. I got the scope on 6 power again.
Shooting the 25 4-grain JSBs, 800 feet a second, 2500 PSI, 3 turns on the hammer spring. Have to review the footage to see which hits were hits, because I repainted the plate down here. Left-handed, and the wind shifting me in the gun, and I was aiming directly in the center of the plate here, and the wind is blowing, actually shifting down here, but it was a headwind coming from the south. But you can see that's where I'm aiming at, right there, left-handed. So obviously my left side is going to pull it a little bit to the left. I am not complaining. Here's the camera. Still going? Woo! Now the proper slug will shoot as good as pellets, as I've shown at 50 yards and 100 yards and beyond.
Woo! Well, I just keep stacking these H&N 28 grain slugs. I just opened this tin up, actually. I just got them in. Got the barrel band in the slug position. Got my end baffles in there, end cap baffles. 100 yards on the gong down there. Scope is at 6 power. I shot a group left-handed, as you can see, the group starting out on the left side. And then I switched to my right hand. Let's go down there and check it out. Woohoo! 2,500 PSI on the regulator. 3 turns in as always. That is awesome. So not only did I just change slugs, but I changed the velocity. I increased the velocity from 34 grain to the 28 grain at 100 yards. Those are some nice tight clusters down there. Woo!
There's the camera, still rolling. Over 100 yards.
And here's the group right here. That's where they're impacting. Left and right-handed. Woohoo!
You can't tune a slug, just the RPMs of its spin, resulting in the range of stability, where a pellet is tunable by changing its length in the barrel at different power levels, resulting in higher or lower velocities and results downrange. But a slug will be more prone to wind, or I should say spin drift, due to the rifling being behind or in the projectile's center of gravity, which will follow the direction the way it was spun. The lesser the angle imposed on the slug, the lesser the effect of spin or wind drift, which my personal findings and calculations have been confirmed by applied ballistics. By the way, this is why I don't have to hold for wind for closer range shots out to 200 yards or so with certain pellets or slugs. And here is some warnings that I want to throw out there about using slugs that the airgun industry is not talking about. Slugs cause a lot of back pressure on airgun valving systems, which can cause O-ring failure. If there is a moderator too far past the muzzle, the slugs can clip, causing horrible results downrange due to the misalignment of the moderator, the adapter, or the magazine at the breech. If the slug is too heavy or there's too much friction in the barrel, it can get stuck and it has to be manually removed. So now, how do you know which slug is the right one for your barrel? Here is a guide that I use and I want to share, since I don't know every slug out there on the market. You need to know your airgun's power output. Slugs are definitely slower muzzle velocity than pellets due to more lead and friction in the barrel. If your gun puts out 900 feet a second with a 14 grain pellet, a slug will definitely be lower. Typically, more powerful the airgun, the heavier the slug you can shoot. You need to know the bore dimensions of your barrel so you don't shoot undersized slugs. For instance, I know my barrel dimensions of my 22 caliber Avenger rifle and bullpup, which are 210 and 213. So that pretty much means any size slug will fit the barrel and seal really well. If the gun's power is limited, or you don't want to change the power settings, then lighter weight slugs tend to perform better than the longer, heavier slugs. When you go to shop for airgun slugs, look at the wide range of weights. For instance, 22 cal starts around 17 grain all the way up to 40 grain or so. So there is a rule of thumb: if your gun's output is around 1,000 feet a second with lightweight pellets, then order slugs that are close to the weight in your caliber. That means around 20 to 23 grain slugs. Not that other slugs won't perform well, but your power output will be enough to stabilize these weights for the best results over heavier or lighter slugs. And the same thing goes for all other calibers. And if you don't know the output of your air gun, look up chronograph data that was recorded and collected close to your elevation, so you have a ballpark number to start with. So guys, I hope this video helps you pick the right slug for your air gun. As always, hope to see you on the next one. Thanks again for watching.